All right, everyone. I just thought that I would give you a little tour of my class as we explore distant learning. And I know some of you are navigating all this different stuff. So, again, Edsby offers so many different ways to do things. Um, there's more than one way of organizing your class. However, I'm just going to give you a little glimpse as to how mine is organized and is working for me. So, I'm going to just take my literacy class here, so my English class, to show you how that's looking. Okay. So for me, as I've said before, the content section is really what helps me to organize things and allows my kids to kind of see things at a glance. So you can see over here that I've created a subsection called distance learning. And I'm putting in essentially week 2, what they have to do for week 2. So it's pretty clear. Week 1 stuff was here, I moved it to the bottom, and that's kind of where they're going to find their stuff. Um, so as you click on this, you can see here this is my content builder. I actually created here a journal in this particular instance to record what the week 2 work was, which I think is working out well. And when I create that, it actually does show up over here, this journal part. Okay. The wall here gets buried with stuff. So especially us who are sharing several people in a room, I'm finding that, again, the content works out really well. The week-long stuff showing up here is a journal. They see that at a glance as well. And the other thing you can do to help keep things kind of at the forefront is, so this here was my post about this week. That's important. So at the bottom here, you'll notice there is a little button that says pin. In this case now it says unpin. I've pinned this to my class, and under pinned items, it'll be right up here. So instead of it getting buried in that newsfeed, it's going to show up right here. And then next week, all I have to do is hit this garbage can. It will unpin it, confirm that I want to unpin it, and it's gone. So I'm going to go back to this. This is my post. I want to pin this. And now here it is. Okay. So yeah, in the content, you can, again, I think it's the best way to organize. So I'll go into edit here. Under distance learning, this new section, I have a plus sign, and then again, I can just add a whole multitude of stuff. And the main ones I use are assessment, the discussion link that we talked about in our distance learning group there is fantastic, especially now to get things going and get the kids talking and giving their ideas. I'll use lesson a lot. I am using journals to now just post my week-long work. I'm not giving work every day. I'm kind of giving them a week at a glance, and then they can pick and choose a time that works for them to complete those activities. So that's working out well for me. Most of you are playing with poll, which is great. Again, with poll, make sure that in your setup, you've given the kids access to actually comment and reply to posts. Otherwise, they won't be able to do the poll. And these other ones I don't really use. So again, main ones, excuse me, assessment, discussion, lesson, journal, and poll. So I'm going to go here to my week 2. That was my journal, the little icon. This was a lesson. Again, website they have to access. It's all here. Any information they need, they go to town. This is our discussion here that they're going to have this week. We're going to be reading The Giver. We're starting to read The Giver, and as little minds on, they're going to give a little discussion here about what their utopia looks like. Again, a discussion is kind of like a whole class discussion, so everyone can read each other's posts. And in fact, this week, I'm challenging them to also like and reply to somebody else's post, which is very similar to our own adult model of learning when we're taking online courses and AQ courses. And then I have here the giver. I've attached here PDFs of the chapters, and I've also found audio recordings of each one. So just reaching out to my different learners and different learning styles. And that's it for this week. Get back out of here. And again, going up here to this little drop-down menu, you want to go into Setup and just make sure that your settings here are all correctly. So that again, your class options, students can enter class and participate. If you have this to can view class but not contribute, they can't do those polls. They can't do discussions. So make sure that that is opened up. Again, showing average right now. I've got mine to don't show. Don't show to students and parents. This subjective performance indicator. And again, parents you want them to come in and see your posts. Again, don't show averages. And then this I haven't gotten to yet, but this is for when you are creating a progression in content, and you actually can time the kids, or when they complete one task, it then opens up the next one. I haven't gotten to that in elementary, but for those in secondary, that might be quite useful. Down here, apparently last week they added a new, I don't see it yet, maybe it's in groups, but apparently they've added a new category here of teacher and assistants, and it's actually called observer, and I'm not seeing that on mine yet, so maybe that's just in groups. We'll see. I'll just let you know here that, so Josie, for example, she's in my class. She can write something on the wall, but she can't access the student's grades. So that's what the difference is between support and teacher. Okay. I think for now, that's all I'm going to talk about. What I might do is, based on what I'm hearing, conversations I'm hearing, I will upload more videos and hopefully help people out. All right, signing out. Oh, and I use QuickTime to create this. It's a great little way to create videos and a great way to